Okay, we're back. Good morning. This is day 4. So the gap scan looking kind of normal this morning. We'll see what the stocks look like. CGEM is the leading gapper, gapping up 27%. So not all that great. CGEM. I see I must have traded this at one point in the past. Wow. Little slow this morning. My computer's kind of acting weird. Got some volume there, but not a whole lot. Okay, so that's leading gapper. The next one down is Ride. I don't want to trade Ride because it's in that $1 price range, and normally that's okay, but it has a really high float. The float is 158 million, and that's really, really high. So that just means that it's not going to move very much. You want a lower float to get more movement. So Ride is a no trade for me. Next up, we have APP. Doesn't have much volume on the morning, and it's also not really a very good looking gapper. We might have another slow day on our hands here. BMBL. Okay, so that's it for the gap scan. There is BWV on the gap scan, but no volume. It's got a nice float. And then BTTX from yesterday. The continuation play, maybe. But it's really ugly. Oh, yeah, and that stock just dropped yesterday. So, nothing too thrilling there. So now to the high of day momentum scanner. BROS was the latest one to hit the scan. That doesn't look too bad there. A little higher price stock. It's a gap down on the hourly. So yeah, so this is a gap down stock. Oh, where'd my... Oh dear, I lost my arrow. I lost my mouse cursor. Oh, there we go. Okay, got it back. So there, see, gap down. Coming up to 2450. What else do we have? CGEM I already have. And DD. Diddy? DD? I don't know. Nothing's coming up though. What's SPY doing? Man, I don't know if it's my internet or if it's the computer, but really slow this morning. So SPY continuing its downtrend. The market itself this year, if I look at the weekly, the monthly had this little lower high and lower low. So it's a monthly kind of downtrend on the stock market. If I turn off the on-demand feature, I mean, we got time to kill here. Now we're in real time. This is where we're actually at now. So you can see where we put in this lower high and lower low, and now trying for another lower high. Anything below 462.07 is just a lower high. The bulls would like to see some more follow through than this to give them more space for possible equilibrium. But make no mistake about it, the market is definitely in a downtrend. The overall markets. Support there. So if I go to the weekly, I have a slight weekly uptrend right now, and that's that. When you have a weekly uptrend, that's a bounce on the monthly. Oh, I just want to see. QQQ looking the same. All right. Just setting the time on all the Thinkorswims that I have open so they can all sync up here. Put that back on the 5-minute. Oh, okay, we got something that popped up on the scan here. BWV. So I guess these are the 3 stocks I'm going to be watching today. Got a 5-minute uptrend here on BROS with a higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. I would look for a higher low somewhere around 2287 or 2262 or even 2186. Oh man, I forgot to push play. I was like, why is it still 624? So yeah, I'm going to do something. So I don't. Oh wait, no, never mind. I was going to try something else, but okay. So look at the hourly on this one. So we're coming up against the EMA on this hourly. It's an hourly downtrend, and might make it back up to the yellow. But I'd be cautious trying to make a bull. Any kind of long trades on this, considering we're up against the EMA and a $25 psychological level. And this resistance. See what that looks like on the 5-minute. Yep, that's that. So yeah, it is dropping back from there, pulling back from there. So we might see that. We might see that higher low. You got 1, 2, and the third. A lot of times these things will move in threes. You get a 1 move, 2nd move, 3rd move, and then 2 moves down. Sometimes, you'll see that. Interesting patterns in the market. I don't want to flood this thing with lines, but there are some spots here. I think I'm going to just put it there. What does that look like on the 1 minute down here? You're going to want to move that up to there. Well, I'll go ahead and throw some other lines in here. 2260 and 2284. And this one really took off. See, now the hourly on this one, it's going to look a little different. You got a pivot there. Still got to make it over that. I mean, it made it over, but you want to see it close over the top of that. Got a resistance up here and here. Support level there. So let's go back to the 5-minute and see what we're looking at here. This thing's just really choppy, isn't it? Oh, look what's popping up now. So this one I don't like. I mean, it is the leading gapper. Let's just look. RIVN is popping up here. I don't know that I like that one either. Just go back to CGEM. It is the leading gapper. So, wow, yeah, we'll just keep it there. Look at these candles. 11 cents on the 1 minute, 74. That's a huge difference. Okay. Just had to go through and set up all my risk parameters so we're all set. Let's see what happens here when the bell rings in 10 seconds. I have another set of screens off to the right. I'm going to put RIVN over there and keep an eye on it. And if it looks better than these others, then I'll just move it over here so we can all see it. I'm going to pause this real quick. The market's open now, but I'm going to pause this because some of my screens are out of sync. So I'll click set time on my bar down here below that you cannot see. And it's going to go and set the time on all the different monitors. And Now I'm ready to go. I'm going to press play. Watch the mouse cursor. When I press play down here on this screen, it'll go up there all by itself. That's not me moving that, if you saw that jump up there. That was the code grabbing my mouse and moving it up there for me. Well, maybe BWV will shoot on up to $7. Man, that thing likes to jump around, doesn't it? Whoa. Sometimes the spread gets really wide. I'm not really. This one here is just really dropping. RIVN actually is making a nice move up. Oop, I clicked buy and whoa. Talk about a spread. Oh, I accidentally sold both of those. I didn't mean to do that. I wanted to hold half, but oh, I just moved that up there so you could see my P&L, and I just remembered I can't show you that. But if I go over here, you can see how much I just made on that trade. 199.92. That was a quick knee-jerk reaction. I just looked over and saw it coming down to that support, so I jumped in real fast. Guess I'm glad I got out all at once there, because now that I see this long upper wick on this 5-minute candle, I mean, it's that candle's not even halfway formed yet, so it could turn around and end up being a green candle. But I am gonna pull up RIVN because I don't like that leading gapper. It just doesn't look good. So let's see what we have. RIVN is an hourly downtrend. Oh, this is the hourly here. That's weird. Oh, that's why the other one. Hold on. CGEM. Let me look at CGEM again. Is the leading gapper? I didn't realize I had this on the hourly time frame. Ah, okay. Trading below the VWAP. I don't know. It's got pretty good volume. No, RIVN. Let's go with that. And I'll put CGEM over on the other monitor and monitor it. And if it does make a move up towards, it turns around and goes back up, then we'll watch it. Okay, I gotta set this. I gotta set my margin and then look at the candles, the ranges of these three candles, which are these three candles, and the average of those is 50 cents. So I want my risk to be maybe 50 cents or less. I can go, a lot of times I go a little less. Woo. BWV did some cool stuff. See what I mean? That 5-minute candle ended up being green after all. Shucksy darn. Wish I was still holding part of that. I think that would have been a day maker right there. I could have probably stopped trading. This one went up and up and up without pulling back and creating a support. VWAP trade. I don't know. What? Okay. I was just looking at these lines. I couldn't remember what they were why they were there. Let's see. So on RIVN here, it's pulling back to the VWAP, declining volume, but we've got a 5-minute candle with a long upper red wick. There is support here, and I'm going to buy that. Oh, I do think that I'm going to sell it there. I need to change my... Oh, I can't change my risk parameters. Unfortunately, on RIVN, I can't make a lot of money because it's not going to let me choose what am I trying to say? It's not going to let me choose a risk base less than 40 cents. And these candles are already, 34 cents. So I need to be technically probably 20 cents risk on this in order to make any money. And it's only going to let me go as low as 40. And the reason why is because if I go lower than 40, I have to buy more shares, which means I have to have more buying power. And it's not going to let me do that because I don't have the buying power. I know that sounds very confusing, but it makes sense to me. Yeah, that leading gapper, it did have a little bounce back up to the VWAP, that CGEM, but it's continuing down now in its downtrend. Wow. So I could have made some good money on RIVN, I guess. What's the time here? That candle's about to close. Click, click. Oh, no, don't do that. Bros is trading below the VWAP. I'm not sure. $7. Boy, that's interesting that you've got this big green candle and the volume on it is less than the candle before it, which was much smaller. This is going to pull back here probably. That's a good spot right there, 2202. Oh, it didn't pull back. It might still. Just don't know over here where I would get in. I'm going to watch for a little bit. CGEM is coming back up to its VWAP. If anybody's watching that on your own charts. So I don't like the declining volume on RIVN on those green candles. Yeah, no trades on BROS. Simply because it's turning into a downtrend. It's going to have to go back up before I'll be interested in trading it. Of quick flip there. I want to see it drop a little more. The candle's about to close. A new 5-minute candle. Oh, I tried to get in over here by joining the bid and little quickie there. I really would love to hold it for a move higher. I just, the way this thing's whipping around and you got this almost inside bar, but it's not. It's a red bar. Oh, I missed this, didn't I? Oh well. I wanted, the reason why I'm getting in, even though I'm getting in late right there, is because I like this kind of equilibrium thing that's happening. No, I'm gonna get out of there. So you got the high of the move and the pullback. So you could say this is an ABCD. Okay, I guess I'm jumping back in because I like the high of the move. You get this ABCD setup kind of thing. Although it's kind of favoring the bears a little bit because it's a little lower. But I want to see if we get a move on this. You know, I'm up $75 right there. Yeah, there we go. I'm just gonna get out there in case anybody's interested. 332 is where I'm at on the day. Looking pretty good. This would have been a nice trade off of the VWAP. I haven't had that big $100 loss yet on the day, and oh, CGEM now. Whoa. I just saw CGEM, something strange that you don't hardly ever see that I would try to explain, but no, the candle on CGM, it just popped up. It popped up so fast. Usually that's what you see when a stock breaks down, not usually up. But so there's an equilibrium kind of on this one too. Equilibrium is basically just an inside bar on the larger time frame. If I could draw lines, I could draw this line down here. Let me turn this off. And then you can draw another line from here up to here. Oh, I thought it. Oh, I didn't make it default, did I? Save as default. And then another line from here down to here. And then your breakout move. And then I could do this also. This is like a classic textbook. There you go. Let's just make this bigger. I really wish that I would have done a better job trading this because I mean, typically I would have been all over this. I just got off another 12-hour shift. I'm pretty tired. So can I... Where's my hand tool? I don't normally do this kind of stuff, so... okay, I pull this all the way over here. Will it stay? Okay. This really bugs me. I want to move this all the way over here so they connect, right? Anyways, so you can see that. So you've got this move up, right? And after any large move in one direction, typically what you get afterwards is a period of consolidation. And in this case, this is an ABCD setup or a bull pennant. You know, it looks like a pennant, right? Where you get in the ABCD, that when they talk about ABCD, you get the high of the move, and this down here is your A, your B, your C, and then D is the breakout spot, which is this resistance right here. So we broke past it, we back tested it, and then took off, and here now we back test it again. And if you recall, I jumped in it right here around 22.18. So had I just held that, if I go down here and I put in an order, so yeah, so you can see the red line here. So I was in here, and it would have hit here for a nice $200. So even on a stock where I said I wasn't going to be able to make much money, I could have made, you know, it was pretty good money on that. But lesson of the day. This is a pattern you see over and over and over again. And sometimes they're not so clean. Other times they're even cleaner. Don't want to do that. But let's look at another example. Oh, I missed one. I missed one line here. Check out now BWV. It's not quite as clear, and it's failing, but it still has. I don't think I'm going to trade this one anymore. I'm just going to get rid of these lines. So you can see where you got this high and a low. There's kind of this little hiccup thing right here, you know, technically, but it's doing the same thing. It's just a little sloppy and choppy, and it never broke out. It's really a mess, but overall, what you really care about is the fact that it is a tightening range. Oops, I want to change this back to where I had it. Save as default. There we go. But yeah, what you really care about is the fact that it is a tightening range. Now, where do you draw the line? Because now this is broken down. So maybe that's going to be the bottom line. So it's still choppy in here. You know, that's where some people say, okay, well, let's look at the 2 minute and see what that looks like. Yeah, that's choppy too. Let's go look at the 3 minute and see if that clears it up a little bit. Well, it does look a little better, but it's still kind of choppy. Not getting that clear picture, you know. Well, this was pretty nice. Pretty nice. See, I just kind of like, I've kind of hit like a no trade zone now. I just kind of feel like I don't want to trade anymore. It's the same thing I was talking about yesterday. When I get to a certain point where it's like, it just feels like it's the end. And usually if I try to push beyond that, I start giving back profit. So I think I'm going to call it a day. I mean, we still have momentum here, and really, maybe for the benefit of education, I should try to take another trade just so you can see what the next trade might look like. I might try one more. Okay, so where are we going to bounce from? Here? Or do you think we should wait and let it come down to here? Maybe off of 2350, psychological. Got a brand new 5-minute candle forming. I do see on the hourly time frame there's that line, so 2336. So we have broken over that. 10 minutes to go on the hourly time frames. So in another 10 minutes we're going to have on the hourly here, see this? In another 10 minutes we're going to have an hourly candle, a new hourly candle forming, and it's likely to pull back. So you have to bear that in mind. In the next 10 minutes, this candle is going to close, and the next candle is likely to pull back. Should I take a trade here at 2336? I could put a limit order in place, see if it gets hit. And now see if we get a bounce. Nope. So I exited that one for a loss. And that's it for me. I'm going to end the day being up $287. It is bouncing there. Decreasing volume. So I think, I think that's it for a while. I think the 5-minute is going to start to consolidate, and that hourly candle is going to be pulling back. How is BWV looking as far as the lines? Do you want to see? Okay, what if you buy there at the VWAP? Because see, we're heading up towards that line again. A little pullback to the VWAP. You could potentially buy that. Try to sell it when it hits the line up here. I'm curious. Let's see if it works. If I had bought that right there, you've also got a resistance there, and it didn't work. Now here you've got a line here. Let's look. See, you've got these candles here. So it came down to that line. That's interesting. So trading is all about looking for consistencies, patterns, And sometimes certain stocks trade differently. Some stocks will actually come down to this support and go back up. Other stocks, they come down to an ascending line. Depends on who's trading them, and that's really what it's all about, is who's trading them. A lot of times you get the same people trading the same stocks all the time. Like I've tried to trade AMD. I spent a long time trying to learn how to trade AMD, and I never quite mastered it. I just bring that up, I guess, because I don't know why. I'm tired. Okay, that's it for me. I'm going to stop the video now, and thank you for tuning in. I hope this video was helpful. I hope you learned something from it. And if you did, this is the first time I'm ever going to say this. Hit that like button. Ooh, I said it. Oh, look. Came up to the line. And that's it for me.